So my question is, as an actor, is it more challenging to tell a story in less time?
No.
No?
I do the best I can with the time I have, and I think that's what all actors do. We make do. My preference is to have as much time as possible because I want to know as much as I can about the character and about what's going on. If I'm doing a piece this long, which is roughly 10 minutes, I still have to know as much about the character and as much about the part, as much about my intentions as if I were doing a larger piece. And if I have only one or two scenes in a picture, which happens often, I still have to be a full person.
Sure.
I still have to know stuff.
Sure.
And I do my best to do that.
You know, La Fortuna is based on this May-December relationship that you have with Dorothy, your character James. It seems like both characters are kind of dissatisfied with the arrangement, but maybe a little reluctant or unwilling to discuss it or address it. So it seems like your story relies a lot on subtext. And I love that great shot of the bug floating in the water on his back, completely helpless.
Well, Sorrentino laid it out for me.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Obviously, James is a once powerful guy. He's a builder. He's an architect. Look at the house he lives in. And he's now at the point where he dresses in a way that he wouldn't want to dress. He eats the way he doesn't want to eat. He doesn't smoke, but he wants to smoke. And all of these things are because of this wife who loves him. But he's drowning. He's drowning.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to me, the way Sorrentino wrote this. All the words are his. We had some short discussion about the script. One or two words I thought might be different. But he wrote it beautifully, and he, at first he said, whatever you want to do is fine. Ultimately, he wanted his words, and I was thrilled with that, because that's the way I like to work anyway. I had two directors, by the way.
Okay.
You will notice if you read in IMDb, you'll see all the writers and all the directors, and you will see in parenthesis, after one of the writers, Felipe Barbosa, and it says transitions. And one of the directors, Vicente Amorim, and it says transitions. And the object was, I guess, I'm not sure how it worked. I think it worked for us, but I don't know how it worked for the others, and I can't tell you which ones Felipe Barbosa wrote and which ones Vicente Amorim directed. Barbosa did write one scene in our piece, and Vicente Amorim directed that piece.
And which piece was that?
The airplane.
Yeah, it look like she really laid one on you. Did she slap you that hard?
She laid many on me. Yeah, we shot it a lot of times. I told her to do that. I didn't realize how strong she was.
But you soon found out.
Yeah.
We managed to sleep through it, though, convincingly.
Yeah.
So well done.
She was a joy to work with, by the way.
Yeah.
Emily Mortimer's a fabulous actress and wonderful to work with.
Well, let's talk about Emily. How did you establish the relationship of your characters with Emily? Did you guys have a lot of time to prepare? Did you rehearse?
No rehearsal.
No rehearsal?
No rehearsal.
Just jump right in.
First time we ran through the scene actually was by the pool, by the swimming pool.
Okay.
And I got about 10 words out of my first line. And Sorrentino says, no. So I had to go to my second choice.
Okay.
And after that, I really got no direction from him. He
Really?
seemed happy. At one point, he said, you could take more time. But
Well, that's nice.
I knew that he was happy, though, with what I did, even though he didn't say so, because we had a lot of nice dinners. And he never seemed to overdrink. So I thought he was pleased.
Well, that's a good sign. How did this role come to you? Let's back up to, how did this all start?
By the grace of God. I got a phone call from my manager, Brad Lamack, one day. He said, do you know an Italian director named Paolo Sorrentino? I said, no. He said, well, he knows you, and he's shooting a film in Rio de Janeiro, and they want to make an offer. And that was it. We shot this in October of 2013.
Wow. How many days did you shoot?
We shot a little over a week. We were there for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
In November of 2013, Paolo Sorrentino's film The Great Beauty won the Best Picture Award at the European Film Awards. And in January, February, and March, it ran the table. It got the BAFTA Award for Best Foreign Language Picture, it got the Golden Globes, and it got the Oscar.
Did you fall in love with Rio?
I liked Rio a lot. There are two Rios. There's a Rio that is dangerous and in abject poverty, and there's a Rio on the beach, and it's just beautiful. Our hotel was the Fasano on Ipanema Beach, next to Copacabana Beach. We shot on a beach called Grumari, and it was a great experience. I got to meet one of the other directors.
Oh, who's that?
Guillermo Arriaga, who directed
the
Texas,
boxing?
the fighting thing. He's intense, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that segment was certainly intense.
But he had written Babel, and he'd written 21 Grams. And I got to have breakfast with Guillermo several times, because it seems like he and I were the only ones up that early. So we shared breakfast a couple of times, and he asked me if I'd ever worked in Mexico. I said that I had shot a commercial once in Mexico. He said, you should do a movie in Mexico. And I said, well, Guillermo, the ball is in your court.
Yeah. So you feel like it sounds like certainly the locations influenced not only you, but everybody that was working on the picture. I mean, that's the
I hope
film
so.
is all
I
about
hope so. I think that
showing all
Emily
those
had a great
sides.
time. We had a great time. I was amazed at how well everybody speaks English.
Yeah.
I've taught in Lebanon several times.
Yes.
And when I was teaching in Lebanon, I mentioned to the kids, because they all speak several languages. You know, they speak English fairly well. They all speak Arabic and French. If they're Armenian, they also speak Armenian. Some of them speak Italian. So I asked them if they knew what the English terms were for people who speak multiple languages. They said they didn't know. And I said, it's called multilingual, is what we call it. And I said, if you only speak two languages, do you know what that would be? They said, no. I said, that's bilingual. And they said, there's also an expression for people who only speak one language. They said, what is that? I said, we call that person an American.
And we're lucky if we speak English very well.
Yeah, exactly.
And you said Emily was concerned about her accent?
Yeah, she was. She was very concerned. Her English was her American was fabulous.
Yeah.
And she kept asking me, is it okay? Is it okay? Do I sound American? I said, yeah, I'm going to learn from you.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
She was great.
She's really terrific to work with.
It looks like you guys had great rapport, even though, of course, you're playing this.
Yeah, I think we did.
estranged.
We were at the airport waiting for our planes. Both of the planes, we had quite a wait. She was flying to New York, and I was flying back to L.A. And I had given my acting book to Paulo, and I had also given one to Guillermo Arriaga. And we were at the airport. She said, why didn't you give me your acting book? I said, because I thought you'd be offended. And she said, no, I want your acting book. So I signed a book for her.
Oh, that's nice.
But I'm scared to ever offer my acting book to an actor. Holy smoke.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Make them write a book report.
But it was, yeah, right. but Emily was fabulous, though, and I thought that was sweet of her. She was very complimentary to me. She sent me a lovely email afterwards.
Oh, that's nice.
And said something outrageously complimentary to me.
Well, good. Thank you, Basil.
I hope so. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Basil Hoffman.
Appreciate it. Thank you.